This next recipe is actually a little creation of mine. I call it Trianon, and it's actually a tart topped with a chocolate mousse. Put some plain flour inside my dish, and I'm just going to do a little well in the center. Add salt and icing sugar into the flour, and then rub in the chilled butter with your fingers. The less you play around with the pastry, the better it will be. This is just combining really the ingredients. And to that, I'm going to add 1 egg yolk and a little drop of water. And carry on mixing it from the middle and letting the rest of the dry ingredient getting combined with it. So I'm going to wrap it with a bit of film, so stop the pastry drying. Okay, and that's going in the fridge. So the secret to all pastry really is not about just pushing down like this. That's what people do, the biggest mistake. You should really roll the rolling pin, and the pastry should just extend on the top of the table gently. So I'm just going to roll it on my rolling pin like this. Bring the dish around. Now gently lifting the sides to push it down. Again, you don't want to stretch the pastry because you're going to give more pressure, and that's going to shrink again. And we're going to cook it blind, meaning I'm going to get some of the ceramic beans, so back on a baking tray, and this is going to go in a hot oven, 180 degrees. It probably will take 20 to 25 minutes to get golden brown. Okay, so the tart is baking, and we're going to make a chocolate mousse, and that's going to be the topping of our dessert. Whisk some egg whites and melt some good quality chocolate. So soft butter inside the warm chocolate. You can see straight away, make the chocolate nice and glossy. And to this, I'm going to add the egg yolks, 5 of them, and going to mix it. And that's going to thicken straight away, as you can see. Okay, so a good scoop of egg white to our mixture, just to loosen up the chocolate. Now I'm going to fold that on top of the rest of the egg white. And I'm just going to mix gently the egg white to my mixture. Okay, so when the egg whites are all mixed, just fill the ring with the whole mixture. And that chocolate mousse is going to need to set for a couple of hours in the fridge before we start to be able to use it. Check how the pastry is doing. Okay, so that's perfect. We can see the edge are golden brown. We just need to give it another 5 minutes without the beans, so the base as well get a nice golden color. And this is going to go in the oven just for 5 minutes. So I got some chunky slice of apple. I'm just going to saute them in a hot saucepan with some butter and flambe them with some Calvados. Unsalted butter. Okay, so now the butter is very hot. You can see in the pan, so I'm just going to drop all the apple in. You don't want to overcook the apple. You know, we don't want an apple puree, we just want this chunk. So now I'm going to add a good splash of Calvados just to enhance the flavors. So be careful when you do that. Maybe you're going to get some flame out of it. There we go. What did I say to you? Just be careful. So that's ready now. So I'm just going to move it here. Okay, so the tart is beautifully cooked, and we're just going to place the apple all around the base. And we don't want to add any of the liquid to it, so just the chunk of apple. Beautiful smell, absolutely beautiful smell. So that's going to stay there, and I'm going to grab my final ingredients. Next, a custard. Beat double cream and custard sugar together, and then add 2 whole eggs. Whisk thoroughly. Pour over the Calvados infused apples. Then in the oven for half an hour at 180 degrees. Once cooked, it needs to be left in the fridge to cool and set. So first of all, I'm just going to take off the ring of the tart gently. The chocolate mousse, in the meantime, is completely set as well. And I'm going to lift it here on top of our tart. I'm just going to heat up the ring. Okay, like this. And remove, there we go, the ring. Here I got some cocoa powder. we're going to dust the whole tart. And finally, a little bit of icing sugar. And I can promise you something, when you're going to put the knife through the chocolate mousse, rich with this beautiful flambéed apple on the beautiful pastry, you're going to understand why all this effort was worthwhile. Tarte Trianon. Don't forget to share your pictures, share your comments, and of course subscribe to the channel because there is plenty more Baking Mad Monday coming your way. See you soon.